guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing my summer reading challenge wrap up, and I know it's a couple of days after the autumn equinox, but I started filming it and I completely had no memory and I just couldn't be bothered to do it. And I also was about to upload a favourites and I had finished editing it, so I went to export the footage and it had deleted all the footage. So that video is no longer happening, so I'm just going to film this. It's going to go up before the end of September. And I should really start getting ready for work, because I have work in an hour and 20 minutes. Today, that is, on Saturday the 24th. So I'm only 2 days late, so I'll be up by Monday, Tuesday-ish. It's not going to be that late, right? Right, let's do it.
Well, baby, you are all that I am, so if love is what you need, a soldier I will be. I'm an angel with a shotgun, fight until the war's won. I don't care if heaven won't take me back. I'll throw away my faith, babe, just to keep you safe. Don't you know you're everything I have? And I wanna live, not just survive.
So out of the 31 books that I wanted to read this month, I read 19. So I only had 12 left to read. Some of them I didn't have, some of them I didn't get round to. I am actually basically halfway through a series of one of the things on here. So yeah, let's start the wrap up. So with this wrap up, I'm going to be saying obviously the title of the book, the artist, the author, and what I would rate it. I'm not really going to go into detail. I'm not really going to say what the book's about because nobody got time for that. The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. I would rate this a 4.5 to 5 out of star kind of thing. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was so cool. This one is the 4th or 5th book of the series, and it's about the creation of Narnia, so it's a bit different. It's really good. I loved it. It was great. The Horse and His Boy, also by C.S. Lewis. I would rate this a 3 out of 5. It was good, but it didn't grip me, and this one was set kind of in the reign of Edmund and Lucy and Susan and the Big Kahuna one. What's the Big Kahuna? And Peter. And Peter. It was good though. I enjoyed it. It took me a couple more days to read it because I obviously didn't like it as much. So I wasn't as into it. The Silver Chair, also by C.S. Lewis. I cannot remember what this one is about, but so I'm going to give it 3 out of 5. One, because I can't read. It could be the one I'm thinking of, but it might not be. I think it is the one I'm thinking of. But if it's not, then that'd be awkward. So I'm going to say 3 out of 5 because I enjoyed all of them. So, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, or Treader if you're American. I am going to give this a 5 out of 5. It was really good. However, as I've seen the film before quite a few times and then I read the book, I was like, the movie just went off completely. The movie did not stick to the book at all. I mean, I had the characters, and I kind of had the dragon thing, and Ratatat. But it was what about the green fog and stuff? None of that happened. Prince Caspian, again by C.S. Lewis. I am going to give this a 4 out of 5 because I thoroughly enjoyed it. It wasn't my favourite, but it was still very, very good. And obviously, the last of these is The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, which I'm going to give a 5 out of 5. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I was so excited to get to read it. I loved it. And I love Lucy in the first one. She portrays her childish behaviour very well. It was great. And I loved it. And then, whilst on holiday, I read the new Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I read it roughly in 4 hours. I loved it. I'm going to give it a 4.8 out of stars. 4.8 stars though, because it would have had a 5, But as much as I loved it, obviously I'm so used to J.K. Rowling, but this is also Jack Vaughan and someone else that I can't remember. I will credit her or him here, or them. Just this person will be here-ish. But basically, I don't know, there was something about it that I didn't love it as much as the others, but it was such a good story. I smiled. I think I shed a couple of tears at parts of it. It was great, and it was very. I also wrote A Clash of Kings by George R. Martin. This is the second installment to A Song of Ice and Fire, or the TV show A Game of Thrones. It was so good. They're very heavy, and it took me a while to get through this. This took me like 2 weeks really, because one, I was in a reading slump, so I think I'd have got through like a couple more books if it wasn't because of this reading slump, and two, because as it's so heavy to me, like I struggle reading it, like parts of it, especially Theon Greyjoy. He was just, I'm not keen on Theon. I mean, I like him, but I don't. But reading his chapters was very boring. And I especially love George R. Martin's writing because he can capture the way Arya thinks and her childish ways for revenge and stuff, and Santa's very ladylike manner and how she's abused, to then also Catelyn, who is a very worried mother, and then to like, for example, Tyrion, who is just great. Oh, I love Tyrion. Oh, if someone could just give him to me for my birthday, that would be great. Like, hey Charlotte, here's your 16th birthday present.
Who are you? I am the gift.
But it was very good. It's getting a 5 out. No, it's getting a 6 out of 5 star because I just love Game of Thrones. I then read, or first read, I didn't really know which order I read this in, but it's the next on my list, which is Northern Lights by Philip Pullman. I always think it's Philippa, but it's Philip. And it was really good. I loved it. It's gonna have a 3.5 out of star. It would have been better to me, but I loved it. It's different to the books, obviously, but it was very, very good, and I love Yurik Bernison. Yurik is great. Yes. I then went on to start reading The Subtle Knife, but it kind of started mixing in modern fantasy, which I get is the point and stuff, but it didn't grip me, and every chapter, because on my Kindle, is like an estimated 15 to 20 minutes, which for a book like that, which is to me for like younger children, like my age and younger, so like 8 years old, shouldn't be that long, so I didn't enjoy it as much, which is a shame because his writing is really good. Next, I read a lot of Cassandra Clare. This is, well, part of the Bane Chronicle. No, yes, the Bane Chronicles, which is about Magnus Bane. I was like, oh. And these are all getting 4 out of 5, so I'm just going to mention them all. And that is Vampire Scones and Edmund Herondale, The Runaway Queen, The Rise of the Hotel du Mort, The Midnight Air, and What Really Happened in Peru. There's actually 10 apparently, or 7 or ish, but I don't have them, so I can't read them, which is a little bit of a problem, if you see. I also read The Amazing Greek Mythology book. I loved it. It went into so much detail. I kind of read the last bit quickly, which I will probably go to read again in the Christmas holiday. Also, at the start of July-ish, whenever I started, I read The Amazing Book Is Not on Fire again. Yay! I loved it. It would get a strong 5 out of 5, only because I love Danville. And when I read that book, I read it as Danville. I actually also go around to reading I Tell You I Love You, but then I would have to kill you. I go around to reading it, and it was phenomenal. I loved it. It was great. I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5 stars, only because there were parts where the scenery wasn't quite how I imagined it, or she's walking along and I'm imagining it in this place, but it's actually over here. I'm like, but when did that happen? and some parts just went like really fast. Like when you're like as if in your movie and like it's like a scene has jumped. It kind of went like that in some parts to me, but it was really good, so I don't mind. The last two books that I read are Pawn of Prophecy and Queen of Sorcery, and I'm going to give them a also 4.5 out of 5 stars. These are by David Eddings. There are 3 more books to this series which I'm now going to read, and then after this there's another book series called The Malorian. I love David Eddings. His books are really good. I've read The Belgrade, which is this series, before, but I read them very quickly and not with a sharp eye because I didn't enjoy them that much. But I'm reading them again. I'm like, oh yes, I remember this happening now. Or when did this happen? So I'm happy to be reading them again. So yay! Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with 19 books over summer. Like, basically 3 months, 19 books. I'm happy with that. Very happy. And I'm hoping I have 80 books planned for my whole year. And I'm currently on 40 something, which isn't actually that good because I've had like 4 reading slumps this year, which has been terrible. But I'm hoping to read at least another 10 to 15 books before the end of the year. So I need to get my game on. But hopefully I'm going to get some books for my birthday, which I am going to quick fire read because they are books I have been wanting forever. I'm hopefully going to get Lady Midnight. I am still waiting for Lady Midnight. It came out in March, didn't it? March or April. And I am still waiting. Then we've also got the next installment of Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Also, I want to read Diary of a Mist Die, Wicked Will Rise. I shall see you guys very soon. Goodbye.